8th, we're going to start the live feed. Took a little time off. As we jump into it, we'll get to this in a moment. Don't worry about it for the time being. We're going to start as we start with some video game news. Video game news. Now, something I talked about not too long ago was LA Noire and its VR-ness, I don't know. But it is more confirmed than we know in a weird way. But LA Noire has been confirmed now as coming out this fall, being re-released for the PS4, for the Xbox One, for the Nintendo Switch, and for the HTC Vive. Not the Oculus, they haven't said anything about PSVR, but it is going to come out for the Vive. Now, the version coming out for VR is a much more toned down version. It is 7 in-game missions, from my understanding. And it still sounds awesome, like having that thing and just studying the faces, be like, are you lying? So, I think that's kind of cool. Something different, something interesting. But then again, it's a game that's been out for a while. The studio, I guess, kind of imploded under Rockstar just because they were upset about things and this, that, and the other. Speaking of other studios, other video games, South Park, not the Stick of Truth, that's a different game, the Fractured Butthole. They just announced it has a interesting difficulty slider. The game itself, as you can see, is going to be more difficult if you're black or a minority of any sort. Like, the darker the skin, the harder the difficulty. Now, they even poke fun at this, with Cartman even saying it doesn't directly affect, like, combat or anything. More or less, it's going to affect how you're treated. So, we know the guys at South Park, they're not one to shy away from a couple jokes here and there, so that's what it is. In other video game news, what does the word exclusive mean anymore? Well, not as much as it used to. It's been announced Dead Rising 4 is going to be coming out for the PS4 this fall, this December, more like winter. And it's going to be called Frank's Big Package. It's going to include a lot of DLC, all the DLC currently, plus a few extra things. They've showed off some Street Fighter costumes, some extra in-game content. Definitely check out the trailer. But yeah, that word exclusive, unless you are directly owned by a studio, it really doesn't mean what it used to. Especially if your name's Capcom, the word exclusive doesn't mean much at all. Speaking of Capcom and zombies, hey, guess what? I did an actual bonus segment a couple weeks ago about this, reusing an old picture because I was too lazy to get a new one. But it seems we finally got an answer. After all that speculation, Not a Hero, the DLC, the final DLC, we'll get to that in a quick second, is going to be coming out this fall. Thumbs up for you, thank you for tuning in. The final-ish DLC, Not a Hero, featuring, as they are now saying, it is Chris Redfield, we know it. And it's going to be coming out this December. Now, the only problem with that is they said they're re-releasing it as almost a Game of the Year version with all the DLC, so on and so forth. But then this is going to come out. They've also said the bit of DLC that I don't remember the name they called it, but essentially it's going to be following Zoe and kind of where, more or less what happened to her after the whole give her the serum, don't give her the... But they've dated it for Japan as to come out in December. They haven't officially said a US release date, but it's going to come. All logic says it's coming out in December, so... Oh, my screen went away! Finally, in sort of video game news, because you know I like to poke fun at Xbox here and there, it seems like the Xbox One S is having some problems in Japan, of all places. Hey, Capcom, Japan. They're more or less selling it as a high-end Blu-ray player at certain places, as an ultra, I believe, what's the word right there? Ultra HD Blu-ray player that can play games. Now, I don't have an exact sales figure, but you know that can't be the best thing in the world, and... Nothing against it. It's got some great games. This game right here is going to be coming out for PS4, but it was an Xbox One exclusive. Was is the key word. Still hoping we'll get Dead Rising 3, but that's a different point. Crackdown 3 looks amazing, plus that game is holding up. Dead Rising 2, but that's a whole nother zombie story for another day. But it's just interesting to see that that is how certain places are choosing to market it. It's, unfortunately, back when the PS3 launched, it's how they marketed the PS3 as a Blu-ray player at that $600 price tag, because at the time it made sense compared to some Blu-ray players, but they marketed it more as that, as, hey, it's a Blu-ray player that plays games, when now, obviously, it's Microsoft doing the exact same thing. And switching over to movie news. We have movie and television news, let's be fair. We're gonna save that one for a moment. Hang on. Editing on the fly. You'll figure out why I'm moving stuff around here. It'll make sense eventually. We got this little shot right here of John Bernthal in some military uniform off of Entertainment Magazine, if I'm having that correctly. Kind of showing a little pre-Punisher Frank Castle. This was an image teased for the upcoming Punisher series that Netflix is going to be getting. Looking forward to it in so many ways, but nice to just see something, some little snippet about it. In other movie and television news, hey, guess what? Deadpool's going into post-production. That's got to be good, right? That means more or less they're getting close, and they're way ahead of their release date. It's still not coming out till sometime in 2018, unfortunately, so it's not coming out in December or anything. But that's good news for Deadpool fans, that it is, hey, another one. Boom, thumbs up for you too. That's 2 thumbs up, oh! But it is good to know that Deadpool is now in post-production, so definitely good about that. I must jump around with my editor. Bear with me. Finally, in movie news, there wasn't a lot of movie and television news, but, you know, see, if you tune in to me, you know if I'm wearing something that seems a little bit off, there's probably a reason why, oh, a balloon, why I would be wearing something a little bit off. It. Well, we're going to talk about it. Just a little bit. We're even going to drop these down just so we can talk about it. We're actually going to move him over here. I wanted to put him there originally, and then I didn't. Come here, Pennywise. There we are. So, today is Friday, February 8th, at the time of this recording, and it is coming out tonight. It is actually in theaters. It came out last night, so whatever. I am seeing it tonight. I have not seen it yet. As of recording this, I have not seen it yet, but I have my tickets bought, so I'm going. But, with all that said, there's already talk of a sequel that Skarsgård, the guy who's playing Pennywise in this adaptation of it, has talked a little bit about it in a couple of interviews, that they're exploring the options of more of a prequel, of an origin story for Pennywise. Now, again, I haven't seen this new movie yet. I've heard nothing but good things, and actually, on my way to my real job this morning, I was listening to KDWB, local radio station, and they had a little soundbite from Stephen King himself, the man. And he even said he's already seen it at least twice, and he noticed things. He loved it, first of all. He was a big fan of this adaptation. And he said 2 notable things. It is really hard to fill Tim Curry's shoes, and, like, obviously, it's just an insane role to do. But Skarsgård, he gave him all the credit in the world, and he did a great job at filling it. And he also hinted that upon his second viewing of it, he noticed things he personally didn't notice the first time around, so definitely a movie that could warrant multiple viewings from the fan basis. I have my little balloon here, you know. Hey, you Georgie, want a balloon? It's a tiny balloon. I wish it was bigger, but I don't have a helium tank to make an actual... I would love to be sitting here holding the real balloon, but, you know, I can't. So, but yeah, definitely gonna drop the controller. That's what we do. Aw, my balloon! It's gone now. That's what happens when you drop your controller. But either way, I definitely am going to be seeing it. Maybe I'll do something afterwards. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Probably not going to wear the raincoat to the movie theater. This was a little kind of a gift / salvage from helping my buddy move. Be like, ooh, that looks cool. Saw it, thought of multiple things, thought of multiple cosplays I could do with it. And it's like, yeah, I like this vintage raincoat. But we're getting off topic, as we do. That is going to do it for this week's edition of the live feed. Thank you to the 2 of you who tuned in live, and to everybody who watches this on my YouTube channel. I appreciate your views, your likes, your subscribes. I want to hear more from you. I want you to yell at me and call me names. Where is that? Come on, Internet, you're notorious for it. Until next time, until the next video, I'll see you then. I should probably do something. I should be like, wait, what should I do? I should do this. Bye! Yeah. You'll float too.